As the numbers and the health bars going up and down and up again, Vision is going to be the first to fall, but does have the cocoon, so it'll be an even fight for the time being. But there is so much more action happening on the flank side of things.
Which means that they didn't get to scoop up the original point percentage. They've had to back off of it entirely. Energy's going to be able to open up this next fight with the Kraken Impact, but Rymazing's got his, and Kurova with the invisible boundary is going to be able to slow everything down to a standstill.
FlyQuest went a little forward. DarkZero gave him a little space, something that we don't see very often in these domination kinds of maps. DarkZero, though, are going to contest right on the point. A dance battle between the two. Luna Snows as Energy lands the gauntlet, but everyone on DarkZero looking to clap right back. Cooper and the rest of FlyQuest need to find a way, find the method to get themselves into the site, but FlyQuest, they have to stay on the site for the time being as the overtime meter comes into fruition. Vest with the meteor cannot find any value thanks to the invisible boundary, keeping everyone sustained, as that's going to be the signal for Smash to go right in, get the Cutterfly down, but is not able to find any value. But Energy and Spark Chief and FlyQuest, the only member on DarkZero with their ultimate, will have to pull the trigger, but FlyQuest are willing to zone away, but they find Energy and Cooper. DarkZero looking to clap right back despite the disadvantage in ultimates, but Vision is there to keep that fight going, and this party is nowhere near stopping in this Hellfire Gala.
Party music's going to be continuing real soon too, because Smash is about to hit that dance with the butterflies. Cooper does still have the God of Mischief to be able to copy onto Vision, but Energy is the one that everyone is going to be looking at from DarkZero. There's the dance with the butterflies. Regen Domain and Doppelganger is going to be coming on through. We hit Cooper actually go for the copy, and it's not the Adam that he grabs, it's the Luna instead. The sustainability to last through the Kraken Impact. Amazing in impunity with the slam dunk off the velocities, damage boost, clean the slate, and FlyQuest are down all of their players.
It looks so bad for DarkZero. It looked like they were using their ultimates at the same time. Velocity and Kurova, a little bit of miscommunication there, but it seems to not matter for the time being, as DarkZero with a triple dunk from impunity take over round number 1.
So sometimes when you invest all of your ultimates at the same time, like you said, it can be a mistake. However, DarkZero manages to bolt the Freedom Charge, which should be the green light for FlyQuest. Captain America's ultimate comes through. DarkZero utilizing the thermal section to try and shut down the space as they ignore the Vanguard entirely, rushing onto FlyQuest backline to force Spark Chief to have to peel. However, the picks have come through on FlyQuest, and they were able to take out Velocity on the Invis, and Jeff alone is just not enough. FlyQuest have so much more sustainability as we get to see the cast of the Kraken Impact. It
fills the feed, but Vision looks to equalize things with a double Jeff of his own, and Fess, the hometown hero, will find the landing blow. DarkZero fall to pieces as FlyQuest extend their lead.
Spark Chief was still up and alive. DarkZero started picking off players, but they didn't get the Captain America with Freedom Charge. So Vision is the hero of the hour, and DarkZero, they know that this is the final hour. We're about to go into overtime. Impunity's got to swap onto the range so that they don't get caught without the use of Portal.
Still has it ready. Can he use it? Can he find the value? Will use the clone to get the resets down. Does he find the right Loki clone? Not yet, but he's able to find the other strategist. Energy, keep going. Oh, do it again and do it again, but Smash is able to shut it down.
Brilliant Carbon Crush. Huge Carbon Crush, but FlyQuest still think that this is winnable. Vest comes on through a strange portal of their own. DarkZero's entire strategy were entirely bankrupted, and DarkZero didn't think that FlyQuest would portal onto the point. They've been fought and had all of their positions entirely flipped, and FlyQuest are doing it. Down to the butterflies has to come through, but this doesn't count as contesting, so DarkZero have to have impunity on the objective instead. The Psylocke ultimate is done, but no one is there to be able to really want to point, and FlyQuest take it away.
What a map number 1. We are tied 1 apiece. FlyQuest and DarkZero. This American Derby. Floor.
Can they force Velocity into using Lunar Ultimate? No! It's going to be a shutdown from impunity instead. Meteor and it's not there to shut down the It's Jeff. Vision's been able to grab 2. And everybody was looking at the Jeff to try and stop him. No one is looking at the Magneto. And FlyQuest sweep the house.
FlyQuest have their chance to come back into this entire best of 3 within this map number 1. DarkZero, though, have to find a way to retake, and that key moment will be when will Rymazing use the Rage of Ultron as he gets knocked down for a tiny bit.
Yeah, that knockdown from the Tainted Voltage is absolutely brutal. Ultron into a retake is not a fun position.
Here we go.
There's the Kraken impact. Rage of Ultron's going to be used to try to shut it down. There's damages and heals, but the regenerative domain comes through from Cooper, trying to save energy. It's not in time though, and DarkZero will be able to shut the Kraken impact down, but they still have to worry about Freedom Charge from Spark Chief, as Vision is just going to be putting the pressure onto Rymazing on the Ultron. Impunity is going to be able to build up the Meteor M to put the shutdown onto Vision's ultimate at least. So DarkZero do have really good equipment to be able to deal with FlyQuest win conditions. Speaking of which, the Carbon Crush has put so much pressure onto Vez that the regen domain's already been fought. Rage of Ultron comes now from Rymazing. Cooper's going to be able to mirror sustainability with Fate of both worlds. Vez uses the Meteor M to try and absorb it and send it hurtling back onto DarkZero. And we've got a whole ult-dump fight coming through from both of these teams, and that's always going to benefit something like the Winter Soldier with the Kraken impact.
Vision now pops the It's Jeff. Is he able to find the angle? It's going to be a question mark. He actually swallows up the two Vanguards of DarkZero, and there they go, off to the sidelines, down 60 feet under as FlyQuest. They retake yet again and are able to get to that 99 mark, but that overtime meter should come into fruition. And in Impunity, you need to get that portal gone. His hands are shaking. He knows that what's at stake as Kurova.
There's going to be a moment, a window for Impunity to come through with a huge damage boost with Eye of Agamotto. The Jeff ult from Vision, though, he's been able to get them off of the point, and we're still in overtime. The Strange goes off the map. No setup for Eye of Agamotto, and FlyQuest just have to deal now with the last couple of players from DarkZero's end. Here comes Eye of Agamotto. The pivot immediately. He looks to block it, but he's not there in time. The max position was too far away from his backline, but they managed to finally get the pick, and overtime has gone for so long. The second that DarkZero don't have a player presence, it burns out, and FlyQuest take the round.
Oh, the players are here.
As Vision at the moment is entirely untouchable. DarkZero, they've lost the element of surprise right now. We're seeing Energy just trying to spam all of the pressure onto the stack so he can build up the Endsong Inferno as quickly as possible, playing the off angle, looking for the stuns. Every single time DarkZero decide to make a move onto point, it's the Groot Walls from Spark Chief which further isolate them from the team.
DarkZero, they need to find a different way. They need to find a way to break through that tree. Can they find a way to exit down?
It could be Kurova's ultimate, however, Energy has the answer with the Endsong Inferno already being full. Out comes the Strangling Prison from Spark Chief. FlyQuest getting aggressive with it, catching DarkZero on the rotation over for Remain, and off of the back of that, it's a fast fight, at least for DarkZero. One ultimate down on the end of FlyQuest, but they have such a stranglehold of all of the space right now. That Soulbind to answer all of the ultimates that FlyQuest have available to them, as well as Impunity looking for those walls. The Smash is able to find a hook target. Matter on the Emma wanting to punish the rush down. There's the Soulbind, like you said, and that's going to be the immediate green light for the Endsong Inferno to land its mark. Invis Battery comes on for Velocity. Vaz tries to shut it down. The Groot Wall is good though, and because they use the Meteor and they don't have it to stop the Jeff ultimate now, this could be the moment for Kurova taking both of the Vanguards off the map.
Allow FlyQuest to contest this for a little bit longer as Impunity with the Strangling Prison tags on 3. The Invis Shield provides the utility, but only a momentary abatement for DarkZero as they fall to pieces as FlyQuest look to keep that defense going. Zelos does go down, but it's still a man advantage in favor of FlyQuest. Madara is just trying to scare away everyone of DarkZero.
Gets to hold around a corner and cleave into the approaching players. Velocity's onto the Cloak and Dagger, looking for the Terror Cape, so they have the accuracy and vulnerability to push some of these damages through without an ultimate to help them.
DarkZero have a little bit of ultimates, but FlyQuest most notably have to have his Retribution and the Jeff combo. They're going to use it to their advantage. How many do they get? That's 3. Vision, you are so good on Jeff. 3 into the abyss. That's half of DarkZero as the rest of them never found a chance to use it at a good time, but Energy and the rest of FlyQuest are starting to cycle their ultimates yet again. Here comes that Eye of Agamotto onto 2. The target has to be Rymazing or else this fight will go for so long as Amazing does get the Karma Revival down. Impunity and Mother are dangerously low, but they're able to bring themselves back into the fight. FlyQuest, though, have that Soul Resurgence waiting on Cooper. It's a matter of when they use it. They will use it in response to Velocity's Eternal Bond. And so many members, so many particles being thrown onto the payload, onto the site, as that overtime meter does come into fruition.
It's going to be overtime, which means that Vision's ultimate is going to be getting even more value. I wondered whether or not he would go for the Eat onto Veloz, having to take fights against FlyQuest players. They use all of their ultimates against the Jeff's ultimate, and now they have nothing left. It falls to Smash with the Kraken impact to come on through and touch onto that objective, but there's just too much space from FlyQuest players, and he doesn't have the confidence to commit. He had to wait for his Emma to fall down before he got into position to tag in, and they lose the round.
Team DarkZero do have a way to go back in. And you go, yeah, they're going straight in. No way for FlyQuest to try to find that opportunity. DarkZero, quick and you miss it, will take over point one.
Vision's going to have its Jeff as well. If DarkZero tried to set up, well, they can't even set up a fringe portal. They used it. So FlyQuest are going to have maximum amount of players free on the objective to get it as close enough to the finish line as possible. And they're going to send Sparksheep out to roam, disrupt DarkZero's setup so they don't get an opportunity to stall out this attack.
Sparksheep using the shield to keep himself alive and well, finding a skewer onto the Jeff, but FlyQuest, again, the ultimate economy is just abundant now as 40.42 meters is the difference between a FlyQuest 2-0 victory and a DarkZero defeat. Can they make it work? So many ultimates, so many resources dumped right onto the fight, and that's all the difference. No damage needed. FlyQuest get it done, 2-0.
So many resources, but not enough bodies on the objective. And that is going to be one of the fastest Central Park pushes.